What's going on, guys? Today in this video we're going to be putting a headlight on my SSR 125. Alright, first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the bolts in the front right here, and in the front right here you'll need a screwdriver and a 10 mil and a 10 mil and a screwdriver as well for the front, and then just the 10 mil for the two bolts in the back. Once you release those two bolts, you move the seat back and then up, and all your plastics and your seat should come up all in one piece.
Alright guys, so we're going voiceover mode. Right here I'm just removing the two bolts that hold on the gas tank. After you remove these, you'll be able to pick them up. You might want to disconnect them from your carburetor as well. It's just held on by the fuel line. And make sure your petcock is off, if not you're going to be losing a lot of fuel when you take it off. I'm just clipping the zip ties that hold on the stock wiring harnesses. We're going to be using some of the stock wires, and then we'll be adding a rectifier onto the frame, which link to the rectifier will be in the description along with everything else that you see in this video. I'm just attaching the switch, which also will be obviously linked below. It's just a two-way toggle switch. I put it on the gas side, the side with the throttle, and it goes on just like anything else. It's just two bolts that hold on and clamp to your bars. These are just standard 7/8 bars from Pro Taper, so they should fit on any bars really. Right here we're taking off the stock number plate screw, and we're using the mounting brackets that comes with the light. And I used the big spacer that's in there along with the screw, and it had enough thread. Here it's kind of a two-person job. I did it later on by myself. It wasn't too bad, but you got to hold a super small screw in there while you're putting the bolt through. I figured out you don't have to hold it. It just kind of like catches on itself. So you just got to make sure it threads on first. Here's the rectifier I was talking about earlier. The SSR specifically has a spot in the frame. If you don't have an SSR, you might have to drill your own hole in the frame. Here Victor is running the wires from the switch and taking off some of the wiring to expose the two yellow wires, which are out of all the stock wiring. Those are the only two you're going to need. This video is SSR specific. I do know he has a Coolster, and his was a little different. We're just putting butt connectors on these. I later switched to the tube connector for a more permanent solution. I didn't want them to come rattling out, but I don't think they would have. But it's just a little more permanent for me. Plus I use heat shrink tube as well with it, just to kind of make it a little more water resistant. The wiring diagram will be linked below. Here he's linking the light black wire to the green wire on the rectifier, and the red wire to the green wire on the switch. It sounds a little confusing. It's easier if you look at the lighting or the diagram for the wiring. We're just extending a few wires here from the front to the back. We're using just standard 18 gauge wire. It just happens to be red, so that's kind of confusing, but just pay attention to that wiring diagram. Okay, once all the wires have been connected to the rectifier will have a yellow wire and what seems like a pink wire left over. Both of those then go to the stock yellow wires that were on the bike to begin with. You're going to go ahead and just butt connector those, or splice them together, solder them, however you want to do it. And then once those are all connected, before you start putting everything back and tucking wires and heat shrinking, make sure everything works. Here you see the light turning on, and it stays on. However, it must have been a defective light. I think he said he left it outside and it got wet or something, because shortly after this it stopped working. We tested the rectifier, we tested the switch, we tested everything, and it ended up being the light. So I ordered another set of lights, and that resolved my issue. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. Like, subscribe for more SSR videos. Let me know what you want to see next. I just might try and make this guy street legal, so that's going to come with a whole bunch of cool videos. Hopefully figuring out how to wire up a brake light and turn signals and stuff like that. Things that I've never done. But thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.